So you prefer to watch your podcast instead of listen to them. That's fine. I don't mind watching them myself, especially when you get to see me on the camera. Get to see Glids, Dill, Mick, Lincoln. 5 good-looking blokes. Before we get into today's episode, don't forget, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the comment, chuck your trench coat on, and give some flowers. Cheers.
Yes! Welcome to Footy and Friends, brought to you by friends at BWS. Do you need game day bevies, Brettles?
Yes, love a game day bevy.
Yes. Hey, as well, off the top, unfortunately as well, what's the company line on this? It's a bit of a tough situation, but unforeseen circumstances out of our control. Unforeseen circumstances out of our control. Let me try one more time.
Circumstances.
Due to unforeseen circumstances out of our control, we have had to cancel the long session show, which is genuinely, we are shattered. I was looking forward to the drive with you to the airport.
Just that.
And the plane trip.
Yeah.
And getting there and putting on a ripping showdown.
Do you want me to still get down there and do a signing booth or something?
I think you should. A kissing booth.
Well, you could do a kissing booth down
lips.
there. Yeah, you could. Because you'll still be there for the game. You weren't just coming for the live show, were you?
It actually frees up the schedule for me to concentrate on my actual job.
Right, good. But yeah, I really apologise to everyone out there. We will, everyone's already, I think, getting refunded or would have been refunded by now. So, yeah, we apologise. And as I said, due to unforeseen circumstances out of our control.
But we will get down there at some point.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
and I'm being genuine.
So am I. I'm actually going...
Yeah. We had the Tassie recruiters list manager in the office yesterday, gave us a full presentation. It looks very impressive. Got me a little bit excited for the Tassie Devils and the rummen. You know what the rummen is?
Who'd you have in there?
We had Todd Patterson.
Toddy Patterson.
Yeah, Derek
Warrior
Hine.
Tiger.
Yeah. And
played the twos.
Lizzie.
Yeah, still played. You know what my memory goes back to? Like one of my first memories when you guys were talking about VFL last episode was back in the day when Tassie had a VFL team. It was like the first game of footy I really was like watching on TV. It was the Tasmania footy team.
On ABC.
On
TV.
ABC.
Phil Booth, Ross Cleary.
Yeah.
Who played? Jade
Oh,
Rawlings?
mate, I don't know who played for him. I've no idea who would have played for him.
Jack Rewalt played for their VFL side.
Yes, he did.
Really?
Aaron Cornelius, remember Aaron Cornelius?
Yeah.
He was an
he was
player.
at Box Hill.
Was he at Brisbane?
Yes, he was. Had a horrific leg injury that cost him.
He did. Darren Creswell was their coach. Who else they have running around there? Like Shackleton.
Did have Brendan Bolton down there, did they?
No, they didn't.
No, he wasn't playing there, was he?
Was Fakes down there?
It was always pretty cool. Like when you played VFL, well, we only went once when I played for Word. It was pretty.
So you played against them?
We jumped on the plane and it was pretty cool. Get to stay the
Overseas,
night before.
mate.
Yeah. Get to stay the night before the game in a hotel.
And where did you stay? I mean, sorry, where did you play?
Belrive.
Belrive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done some things there, boys.
Have you?
Yeah, Vic Metro, under 18s, played there.
You know, cut a few oranges and ran a few drinks.
No, I played very
Have you got your
well.
tracksuit?
Look at those stats up. It's a good game.
Bingo.
Good game. Hey, Mack and Linc, how are you guys? You well?
Yep, going good.
Good stuff. Link, you well?
Oh, well, there's 2 of us. I was like,
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I've got my older brother over this week, so double cuddles this week.
Wow.
So it's
Double
good week,
cuddles.
Good week for me.
3 in the bath. That's going to be a lot of... Don't fill it up too much because when you have the 3 in there, it's going to really load up with water. So just less litres this week.
Noted.
And Brett.
Yes.
We have
Yeah.
a Noah Anderson update.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is... I feel kind of bad having to play this.
Yeah, this is
what's Noz done here?
This is Orcs. Noz as well. He's on nickname basis with him.
Number 1 draft.
Is he throwing me under and just said, no, I don't actually rate him?
No.
Was he what draft pick was
Because
Noah
I
again?
will go Hardy.
Was Noah 2?
Noz 2, yeah.
Yeah,
So he's not
second
as good
fiddle.
Not as good as Brett.
So you would rally more.
Yeah, me and Rowley.
You do remind me of Rowley.
We might have to get
just
tight.
with like
Black
looks
boots
and stuff. Yeah.
This is on the AFL. They've got a couple of players just naming their favourite players of all time. It's current players.
Favorite player growing up would have had to be
Flocky Neal.
Gary Ablett Jr. and then the
Holly
likes
Reid.
like Joel Selwood and Danger. Bit of a rogue one.
Brayshaw.
Dean Brogan. Stephen Milne. Gavin Wanganeen. Dustin Martin. No.
Was it Dustin
You
Martin?
got to tell us who's
So
talking.
he was
but yes,
recent.
that was
Recency bias there. Obviously, he changed his tune late.
he changed his tune late.
Fuck you, Noah. By the way.
Yeah.
Whose was Dean
No,
Brogan?
we love you, we love you.
Whose was Dean Brogan?
Andy Brayshaw.
Yeah. Big quagmire jaw.
Hey, can I just give you a quick update on the basketball grand final?
Yours or your daughter's?
No, ours.
Yeah.
I didn't play. I was the coach.
Yeah.
didn't go well. We lost 51-21 or something like that. An absolute pantsing. Geordie Lewis, ejected. Double tech foul. You have to leave, sir. We had a number of techs going off. The boys they carried on a little bit too much, but we ultimately shit the bed.
Did they carry on against the opposition or the refs?
The refs.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is wrong with middle-aged men playing social sport?
And, mate, the
And
kid's
I-
probably
I-
16 years old. Like,
She wasn't much. Yeah. I went over to, not her, but to the warden or whoever wearing the green
the
vest. I
vest.
said, now are we allowed to actually,
what are you in the Wild Wild West?
yeah, game warden. And she said, you are allowed to question what the call was, but it's the tone.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's a fucking grand final.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to be a bit razzed up. Anyway,
Mate,
we
it's
got
a social
so-
basketball grand final.
embarrassing
Mate,
by-
I'm taking the ref and the warden's side on this
Yeah,
one.
I concur with you, Mick. It's an absolute embarrassment by Jordan Lewis, and
I'm representing us.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even playing.
Yeah.
No, look, to be honest, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will be better.
Yeah.
So,
The
and
review, full
just
scale.
give us an update because you haven't wanted to talk about this because you were thinking you were going to play, but the what happened with the report when you put the knee to the throat?
I didn't put the knee to anyone's throat.
Yeah.
The vision doesn't lie.
I know.
And I have not had. I think I had two minders there watching me play
Wardens?
the next couple of wardens,
Couple wardens.
guns in slings.
Wardens in the
And I like, if this bloke
wardens.
stuffs up, look out.
After seeing the vision of Brett, you do understand why they have wardens down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think we're doing the power rankings today, and I think the warden is slowly making their way into the power rankings. We'll see how we go.
Where do you play again?
Down at Waverley and Oakley Rec Centre.
If any Waverley Rec Centre workers / wardens listen to the
Let us
show,
know.
just send in.
Well, that's how the vision came through in the first place because someone did text it in. So no doubt there are some listeners out there.
So you lost bad couple of days for Brett.
Yep.
Lost the grand final, and Noah Anderson's a bigger fan of Dustin Martin.
Yeah, I am too.
Oh, we've got some work to do.
Hey,
Noah?
Link, have you got feedback before we jump into the preview?
Yeah, I do. I got an email. Boris actually got an email from Alex Harris. He said, take this one to Barlow.
Okay.
My mum is named after his grandma, Julie. Our grandmas were mates. Jets on for Mitch. Alec.
Julie,
Sorry, just try and read that one more time, Link. Just
Without laughing.
Yeah.
Should I get Mac to read it? Take this one to Barlow. My mum is named after his grandma, Julie. Our grandmas were mates. Jets on for Mitch.
Okay.
But wait. So
They
your
from-
grandma is mates with Julie.
No. His
Alex
grandma.
mum's.
To be honest, even I'm wanting to move
No,
on.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Alex's grandma and Mick Barlow's grandma were
are mates.
friends.
Yeah.
So then Alex's grandma had a kid and she's like, I'm going to name it after my friend Julie.
Julie, yeah.
Which is Alex's mum.
Wow.
Fucking boring email.
No, I don't mind the email. Is that to do with the talk of like the naming? Like, what was your brother's name again? Herb. Oh, okay. I said, it's coming. See, what we fucking need to do, guys, is what
Context!
Link. You need to give context to what the
I
email
don't
means
fucking
prior to
get
what's.
it. I don't understand it. I just saw an email about Mick's grandma.
Brett, I'm with you right now. I'm about to start cracking my knuckles
Mickey
too.
P gave me a thumbs up twice at the North vs Carlton game on the weekend. Flowers. And I got a lot of feedback from West Australians about us not getting around Jeremy McGovern. So a word on him, please.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair
actually,
enough.
very
yeah,
good call.
Vic
Do you
Central
wanna start?
showed us one about him.
Yeah.
Do you know what? No. Oh, dead set.
Did
Link.
you play as a defensive forward on him?
Dead set on this. No.
Check the stats.
No. Check the stats. In that game, I kicked that fucking ripping goal
I
against
remember
West
this.
Coast, and Luke Shuey got sucked into the stoppage.
Yeah.
And I kicked
You
that
held your
ripping
width?
goal. I held my width out the back
Yeah.
and
I've got the
stoically played in that game. That was Jeremy McGovern's debut.
Really?
Yes.
Let's fact check you on this one.
Anyway,
I'm 9.
No, you are correct.
I am correct.
Round
Because I
6,
walked up and said, hey,
2014.
Jerry, welcome to the big show,
Jerry.
brother. Welcome to the big show, Jerry.
You've jerried him.
So anyway, I've inserted myself there, but I will say this in all seriousness.
Greatest intercept marker in champion data history.
Yeah.
3.5 a game, I think, like something like that, which is impressive.
5-time
Yeah.
All-Australian.
Did the thing where he rocked up to pre-season not in shape,
Large.
and had to do a 2K time trial where John Worsfold beat him.
Yep.
From all reports.
Wow.
The coach beat him.
It's amazing.
I heard a story that Zave Ellis was telling on Triple M today, saying that he was in Fat Club with Nick Nat and Dean Cox, Zave Ellis, but then pre-Fat Club training, which was at 5 a.m. or 5:30, Jeremy McGovern had already been in for a session, so he was that much far out of shape that he had to come in as well.
Out. Yeah, but one of the I don't know him personally.
Like one of the great men?
I've heard he's one of the great men, and I'm actually just hoping he's sending our love to him as well. Pretty serious. Serious with the concussion, and a good call to look after himself and his family. I think he's got three kids, young ones.
His dad played for Freo, didn't he, Link?
He did.
With Ben?
He did.
How many games? Because clearly it wasn't a father-son. Well, anyone could have had Jeremy because he was a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
He was down the
83 games in total, 63 for Freo.
yeah.
Played 20 for the Swans.
There you go.
Debuted against
wow.
me. Debuted against me.
Yeah, against you, yeah. So you've got an insertion there.
Yeah.
Just great.
And the grand final play that was McGovern, Vardy, Ryan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Sheed.
well, Adam Simpson spoke on radio the other week about
Allan Fergberg.
Yes, Mick. Shove it up your ass, Fergberg. Shove that one right up there, brother.
Don't even.
Not got blocked down. Shut up.
Chris Mayne played well that day.
Oh,
He
yeah.
cried a bit.
Fuck yeah, we're on. We're on today.
It was a slow start, to be fair.
It was
back
so,
there.
yeah, we got to edit that out.
Let's talk about Mick's grandma again.
No, Link, that's fucked.
I'm fucking cutting that out.
Yeah, literally, that was so bad.
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Moving on.
Port Adelaide versus Carlton at Adelaide Oval. What does it remind you of this game? Stephen Salopek?
Yeah, Stephen Salopek.
Yes, good player.
Also
Good
got
player.
a young fella coming through the draft this
Has
year.
he?
Oh, not the draft, in the under-16s. The young Louis.
You know, Jason Salopek, his brother, actually played in the Vic Metro under 15s. I'm not joking. I'm going to stop on these tangents, but that's no word of a lie. That's why I keep saying Jason Salopek. He's a former teammate of mine, played against Jacob Burnham.
Oh, right.
Anyway.
Burnham,
which we'll get to later. The
Bit over a stat for this one.
The bit of a stat for this one is Port Adelaide have beaten Carlton at Adelaide Oval by 90-plus points on 3 occasions.
Wow.
They've only won by 90-plus points at Adelaide Oval 3 times, total against 16 other teams. Wow.
Port Adelaide have beaten
So they-
Carlton.
Basically,
Port Adelaide
when they
on
smack
Carlton.
up, they smack up against the Blues.
Yeah. Can that happen again this
No,
week?
this
you
one,
reckon?
won't be a smacking up. This
I
will
don't
be
think so.
this
A
will be
dour.
I reckon this will be a dour game.
They're on edge.
Edge, anxiety, defence, contest, high stoppage.
Edgeometer.
I think Carlton win this. I think Carlton win this.
At Adelaide Oval.
Yes. So I will
Never
tip
tear us
Carlton.
apart.
Swans touched up Port last week.
They're both on edge. They're both on edge.
They're emotional, Port Adelaide. I reckon they're going to be wound up.
Yeah.
Wound up like a bottle top, you reckon? So you're
Yeah.
tipping Port?
This is actually...
Let Dylan tip first.
Hey,
Yeah.
For once.
sneaky good games.
Sneaky good.
Like, it might be shit, but again, I don't want to comment on games before they've been played because we'll wait for Brett to decide if it's a good game or not.
Let's just see if 2 teams go at it.
Yeah, well, I'll
This
give you the
will-
red hot tip. This will be 2 teams
Yeah,
going at
if
it.
you had to rank from 1 to 9, 2 teams, well, there's bias this week.
Yeah.
1 to 7, however many games there are this week, teams going at it.
This is it.
This is one.
For a game that doesn't really matter in the context of like finals too much.
Potentially.
This is quite a good game. I'm going to go Port Adelaide.
Port Adelaide.
I reckon they win. I'm barracking for the Blues, but I'm a bit upset. with
I
them
think
last week.
they do too. I think their speed can be too good for them. Too quick.
Yeah. Zach Buttles will absolutely tear them a new.
Tear them apart, even.
Yeah, tear them apart. He'll go,
Okay.
never tear us apart.
I will stick to my guns and go with. I think they'll get it done around the ball. I think it's going to be a bit of a.
Slogfest. But you're not rating Ollie Wines and Zach Butters to get
Yeah,
it
of
done in
course
there.
not.
Willem Drew,
Yeah, I think they're
Jason Horn-Francis, too quick. No speed at Carlton. I'm making a good case, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. Isn't it interesting when you talk about players like Port Adelaide have a lot of really good breakaway midfielders, don't they?
Yeah. Well, it depends where Rosie plays.
Exactly.
But
Like
Butters and
Horn-Francis.
Horn-Francis,
Yeah.
elite.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Jacob Wettering. There's a watch on him as well. Gee whiz.
Already gone. Lock him in. Carlton.
No, I will go Carlton.
Jacob
I will
Wiederham.
go Carlton. give the ham some context for what we're doing later.
Oh, we're doing
on the
top
show.
5 hams later.
Yeah.
In the AFL.
Yeah.
Or just in the universe, actually.
Oh, no, I just went kind of the AFL industry.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Carlton for me, and some players that played for both.
Orazio Fantasia.
Francis Evans.
A lot of double ups now.
Yeah, Francis Evans.
Nick Stevens.
Michael Voss, a couple of half point.
Not about half point there.
Yeah.
Not about half point there at all. Matthew Loeb.
Yeah, big.
Matthew Loeb.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, really good one.
Thank you.
Frontal lobe.
Anyway,
It's Matthew Lobe, Dill.
Lobe. Sorry. Is it?
Yeah,
Lobe.
it is. Lobe.
Lobe. I think that's about it.
That's all I can think of without going too far back into history. Port Adelaide, Carlton for Mick. Nice.
I've got one more. Brett Montgomery. Didn't play, but he coached at Carlton when I was there and he played for Port.
Half point.
Yeah.
Great work. Friday night.
Just on this game, sorry.
you want to
Thursday night.
You cannot move on.
That's part of his. It's a missed opportunity with his bingo card.
Give me
moving on from something.
One player at
And then he
Carlton
doesn't
needs to
move on.
fire up this week and get it going.
One.
Yeah. Because it can't always be Cripper to strap him on the back. Or does he have to do it this week just to show him what's go?
Tell you what, I think that's going big time this week. Tom de Koning. Yeah, Tom de Koning. I think he's hasn't been down, but for what he can be, a real needle shifter in terms. Like I think Port Adelaide
He's
are
been
a little
pretty
bit
good.
restricted with their rucks.
Who's Port's
He's
ruck?
been good.
Dante Vicentini. Sino's brother.
He's too. So who's Port Adelaide's ruck?
Dante. Vicentini.
Yeah,
Great
brother
family.
of.
Sido.
Son of Vito.
Son of Vito.
Hey,
All
can,
right,
we
now
get get Mac's thoughts on Carlton and where they need to get better?
I got nothing to say.
Yeah,
Close to the mic. If it doesn't go well on Thursday night, is there Carlton the type of sort of supporter base that'll head down to Ligo on the street?
I saw a scarf go in the fire.
Yeah, well, like
After the weekend.
I don't know. I'm not like I don't get shattered when we bench shit. We've been shit forever, so like, I don't. I'm
Have you
not
been talking to your mum about Carlton's situation?
No,
Because remember she sent the
Yeah, she had a bit of it. She was
text.
upset with the Koning being subbed that final.
Oh, me too. Well, that was pre-planned,
Yeah,
as we know. That's why Matt Kennedy
Thank you.
left.
And that's
Nah.
why Tom de Konings's going to now leave as well.
Fucking hasn't. Yeah, it's really been shit out since then.
I'm not that passionate on whether we win or lose because like I've spent enough time losing. Even like when we were really bad, like 2019, 2018, we were doing the same
that's
thing.
pretty-
We'd show flashes of being good as, and then we just couldn't play it out for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
So we're just doing the same thing. So I'm not that worried.
Not worried.
Oh, that's great insight. Friday night, Sydney versus the Western Bulldogs at the SCG. The bit of our status, the Bulldogs have won 5 games by 70 plus points already this season. That's why they've got great percentage.
That's right.
The last team to win 5 plus games by 70 plus points by the end of round 15 was Port Adelaide in 2004.
And what did they do that year?
They went on to absolutely smoke Geelong in the grand final.
Geelong, was it?
Geelong. Well, someone else.
Are you
wasn't
sure?
it?
Who else was playing
They
for
just
Geelong?
got a
that day?
three-peat.
Brisbane. Sorry.
And Alistair Lynch
Geelong smashed them the year.
In 2007, which was a couple of years later again. But
Yes.
and Lynchy and Wakeling went toe-to-toe.
Wakelingham. Yes, they did. They did go toe-to-toe. And then Lynchy's been on the boundary since. Which we know how that's going. Anyway,
So Sydney's Bulldogs past players,
Shane Biggs, yeah, and Patrick Vest-Premi, who was actually a Northern Knight.
he was. Kochi's year?
Was he? Yeah.
Kochi's draft, I reckon.
Ed Barlow played for both these sides.
What about Andreas Everett? Did he play for both?
He
Yep,
did. He
definitely
did.
Definitely did,
Yeah.
Brett.
I think I
Definitely.
got that last time, actually.
Most
A lot of these games are bubbling up
course you
over
did.
again. We might have to pick a new game. But, yeah, very good.
Any other niches that you can remember? Barry Hall? You missed
Yeah,
him?
Baz.
Nearly certain doggies and swans haven't played each other this year either.
They must have.
I don't think they have.
Maybe it was last year.
Yeah.
So we need to find a new game.
Spin the pen. Bring that back.
I think Andreas Everett actually, maybe that was Carlton Bulldogs. Yeah.
When
Now
you
I
played
think
for
about
3
it. Yeah, he
sides.
played for fucking too many sides.
It spreads the web.
Who wins, boys? I'm going to go Western Bulldogs at the SCG.
Western Boris's for me.
Yeah.
Boris's.
Yeah.
They're looking sharp, although this is a sneaky chance where they don't turn up. And that's what when they smack sides, which the Swans are below them on the ladder, they actually go really well and they touch them up. But then when they're 1-6 against top 8 sides, the only team they've beat in the top 8 is the Giants, who are just in front of them.
Oh, I did hear somewhere they were talking about beating a side above them on one of the shows. One of the doggies players said that it's on the board.
Yep.
Beat
Head on
someone
a plate
above us.
sort of thing.
Yeah, head on a plate, someone above us on the ladder.
We need to get it done.
Yeah, got to get a kill.
Shout
And
out.
Sydney's not that side. Because they're
Yeah, I was
below
just
them.
thinking that. I was actually going to say it, but I wasn't confident enough.
And then
just
they
to
play
play
us, who's below us, so they'll obviously lose that one. So they've still got a couple of weeks before they can actually get that off the white.
It's a long. That seems like a medium-term goal. I think they need a short-term goal.
It's actually not until they play Adelaide, I reckon, in
Yeah.
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, okay.
They need a bit more of a short-term goal, I reckon.
So they rang the AFL and tried to get the fixtures
Yeah,
changed.
change. All right, leave that to me.
Adam Treloar, just a quick little shout out for
Yeah.
him. He's we both know what he's going through with calf issues.
Thank you, Brett,
And,
for including me in that.
Yeah, I just want to insert you, but yeah, mate, miserable.
Sucks.
And he
I
would
actually
be-
did another one on the weekend.
Did you, mate?
Should be okay.
Did you just write on your run sheet Jake Lloyd twice?
I did because I need to remember not to come back to it. Dropped last week. Did he come back in?
First
you
time
reckon?
in 10 years.
10 years, yeah. Big swing in the axe.
Sydney kind of went out and played okay, so if they don't have to make many changes, I don't think they will.
Amadi's changing his boots, that's for sure. That's about one of the changes.
Yeah.
0-6.
Did Ollie Florent come back in?
Florent.
The
The Frenchman.
No, we didn't.
There you go.
So the VFL
So-
side, the VFL side's
Jake
spruced
Lloyd's
up.
out.
Yep.
You've written it the third
Still.
time on the run sheet.
And guess what other name I'm writing? Ollie Florent.
Florent.
So who's the Swans VFL got in next week?
The Swans VFL have the Dags, mate, because they're playing them.
Yeah.
You know, they're aligned. They've both got...
There you go. So
Out
who
the
will
back there on Tramway Oval.
Who'll be
Coaches
matching
will be
up in the VFL?
The coaches will be
They've
at
got the
scissor
Northern
lift.
Bullets the week after that.
God.
Well, they got,
Jesus, poor bloody, I don't even know anyone down there, but they are, well, they'll get to play against some good players.
so we had Josh Fraser on. Did he talk bull ants?
He did.
Did he?
Yeah.
He actually like
No, he saved him.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
With what?
What do you mean?
How did he save him?
Well, they were, when Carlton left, there was obviously the Carlton VFL and the Northern Blues were together, and it was the Northern Bull Ants.
You enjoying this?
It was the Northern Bull Ants, then it went to Northern Blues, and they're like, well, what the hell is,
What are we doing?
where's Preston Bull Ants then? Where's the,
Yeah.
I can't hear a Preston or a Bull Ants in there. And they realised, what the fuck, we're a different colour, our name isn't there. We're
Where
not
the fuck are we?
we're not even at the Oval anymore. I think we've just lost our footy club. And then...
Snuck up on me.
And then, Josh Fraser went over there and he's like, shit, no one's here. What the hell's going on? And he actually just started, let's create a new club.
Let's get the jumper back.
Get the jumper back.
And the
But
name.
in all seriousness, quite a very interesting story.
Yeah.
And a proud football club. Again, still not going that well, but I'm a proud 50 gamer of that club.
Are they becoming renamed as the Preston Bull Ants next year? That's what I know.
Well, they're the Northern Bull Ants at the moment, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, they should be called the Preston Bull Ants, I feel. Good jumper. One of the great jumpers in footy. But did you ever play down there, Brett? Preston?
Nah.
Beautiful.
I played one game, yeah.
I used to call it
under
Depreston
18s. Against Skippy Power, we played them there.
because I used to get depressed when I went there
Did you,
in the
mate?
VFL. Yeah.
Moving on.
Power rankings.
Yes.
Do you want to go power rankings first or go into the top 5 hams?
I'll go into power rankings first.
Okay,
Just
sure.
quickly whip through these.
Yeah. Well, I think it's not just you. I think we can.
No. It's me.
Yeah, it is.
This
This is
my
Brett's seg.
This is my thing.
When
I'm
Brendan has to say-
never going to get high.
Well, we just did that thing on the Bull Ants where he lost interest big time.
In 7th place after his rank stat the other day, Mack.
Yeah, agree. And also, just like, can I just say a couple of things on Mac?
Yep.
Fucking hell.
How many times has he been on the pod now?
Every day.
Every day.
For every time we've been
How
on.
many times does he have to get reminded to talk into the fucking microphone?
And the pens.
Mate, not that often. I'm always there.
The pens as well is another
Yeah,
thing.
the pen's starting to build up.
The pens.
The
as
trench.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the trench coat.
So fair
Wait, so
seven.
the trench is good or bad? How's the trench put me from 1 to fucking 7? That's a big
The
jump.
Monday mornings has been a real issue with Mac. Like getting here early because he has a big weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you
What
what,
I-
no Tiger time.
I like the fact he's firing up here.
Yeah, me too. It's about
Well,
showing
mate,
something. He's showing
I
something.
understand. I'm happy to live by one spot, but I've taken from top to bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
happens,
fucking
mate.
dead
A week's a
last.
long time in football.
Hey, sharpen up, mate.
A week's a long time in football.
Hey, you know
Good.
what?
I needed that.
You know what? Doggy's approach to it and try and beat someone above you this week.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got fucking everybody to choose from. So
Get some short-term goals.
You eye off Mitch Duncan's spar and you go after it.
Yeah.
In 6th spot, deal.
Yeah.
He was average the other day with
I've
Sido.
I've gone up one spot. I'm quite happy with that. I see a positive in there.
Yep. Fifth. The 5 spot goes to Boris. Just still hanging about.
What's he up
Much
to
to
this
Mum's
week?
disgust, he's still hanging about.
Your mum loves him though, but she's got the coat for him.
She's got the coat and the blanket and the lamb's wool and whatever
Yeah.
else. Fat little bastard.
Wow.
In 4th spot, Big Sido.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's just snuck in.
Yeah.
4.
3, who else? Brett.
Very good.
2, Link.
Oh, staying
So
the same.
1
For the bath with his
What
brothers.
about Link? But what about Link?
What about his grandma call?
Yeah, the grandma thing. and
this,
those
was
texts
done pre the
and he was
grandma call.
pre-grandma.
giggling through the whole story.
Doesn't
I had
matter.
no idea what he was talking
He
about.
sets up the whole lot. 1, Mick. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
You've gone into the number 1 spot.
What for, Mick? What did he do?
I thought he was just been.
He told me to
he's
fuck
been
up
sharp.
the other day.
Yeah,
That
that was
was-
great.
yeah.
That was actually one of my favourite things because Mick doesn't fire up too much, but
No,
when
I
he
love it
does,
when
when
he
he tells
fires
you to
up.
fuck up,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Mitch Duncan's Spa dropped off the list.
Yeah.
Well, after
their performance,
Yeah.
they couldn't make it.
I need it. And again, that can get back up there soon. I want to get back to that spa because I've actually been speaking to that beautiful Revel sauna that he's
you?
getting up there too.
Have you been speaking to them?
Well, they actually slid into the DMs and I said, well, I don't actually have anywhere to put a Revel sauna at the moment. But
Doug's house.
I could put it at Doug's.
Yeah.
You could put an adjoining door, gate between you and Dave.
Chuck it through the fence. Yeah.
The Revel.
On the boundary.
Out there in
which is,
McLeod.
yeah.
up in the hills of the northern suburbs.
Get a few kangaroos in there with you at McLeod.
What the fuck is going on here? All right, hey, top 5 hams.
Yeah.
Now, this is...
Can you give this more
Yeah,
context?
I will give context. So, top 5 hams, we do our top 5s. This was via, obviously, last week we were chatting about the guy. What was his name again?
Jacob Burnham?
No.
Oh, Kyle Hardingham.
No.
Kyle Hardingham.
Yeah, but the
Kyle
other...
Hardigan. Kyle Hardigan.
Sorry, I've
Drop
lost...
his
Yeah,
ranking.
you're right.
We were talking about Kyle Hardigan.
Yes.
But then you were like, who's the other guy? And his name was Kyle Hardingham.
Ham, that's him. So, Kyle Hardingham...
Number 34 for Essendon.
Yes, and Kyle Hardingham was the one...
When he played at Essendon. Kyle
yes.
Hardingham.
Yes.
And also, Ashton Hams made your top 5 number
Exactly.
43.
Sorry. Okay, let's get into our top 5 hams.
Yes.
Do you want to go first, Brett?
I've only got a couple, mate. I didn't buy in too
Wow.
much to
Jeez.
this. I've only,
He
Jack,
spent all his time on his power rankings.
yeah, I did. Jack Graham
Oh, yeah, Jack Graham. Yeah, good player.
and
Yeah,
Jack
good.
Ginningham.
Good.
Not bad. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, okay. So just top 2 then.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Top 2. Round it out for a top 3. Yeah.
And Jacob Burnham. That's
Yeah. Very nice.
Honourable mention for mine to Sido Vicentini Ham.
Yeah.
Should be 1.
Yeah.
In 5th place, I've gone with, and also an honourable mention to Jet Birmingham, who played for North Warrnambool last year with me down there.
Nice.
Yeah, plays at
Jet,
Bell
is
Park.
it double T?
Double T.
Yeah, love
I'm not
it.
sure what the parents were thinking on that one.
Yeah.
In 5th,
What's your baby's name? Jet. Sorry.
in 5th, I've gone with Hamish McIntosh, former North Melbourne
Oh,
ruckman.
nice. Nice.
4th, Kyle Hardingham.
Yep.
3rd, the Ham brothers. Braden Ham and Charlie Ham.
Oh, yeah,
Remember
little
Braden Ham,
little
Essendon?
Braden Ham, little
And
33.
Charlie went to North for about 4 minutes and then came to Werribee. In 2nd, the Ham's enemy, Jed Lamb. That felt good.
Well, I'm not sure where that fits.
That's good.
And 1 I will go with Ashton Ham.
Yeah, good one. Very good. Okay, 5 for me was leftovers. Leftover ham from Christmas.
Yep. Play on.
Go on.
Okay.
Nah, I rate it. Good.
That's better than Jed Lamb, probably, but
Jed Lamb was good.
leftover ham. Leftover ham after Christmas is actually elite while you're
It's the
watching the
best.
Boxing Day test.
I thought that was
Make sure
tricky.
you sang
I
it
actually thought
with
that
some
was better.
relish.
Yep.
I've got hamish heartlet,
Good one. Yeah.
ham cheese tomato,
No, I'm not letting that one through.
You've done 2.
Jacob Burnham. And I've got number 1 Ashton Hams as well. Yeah,
All
very,
right.
very good.
Go on then.
I really thought my ham cheese tomato one would have gone a bit better.
Well, you killed it with the early Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, gags.
Hamish Shepherd, yes. Hamish Brayshaw. They're all coming to me now. Moving on, Gold Coast at People First Stadium. They're playing Melbourne. The Demons, which, again, you just don't know what you're going to get from the Demons.
Coming off a bye.
And
the BWS stat is that Gold Coast have not beaten Melbourne at People First Stadium, aka Carrara, since round 20, 2013. That seems odd, right? Because Melbourne weren't very good there for a long period.
Nor were Gold Coast.
Yeah, but you'd think at some point in that, when they were both not that good,
They've always just
got
bullied
the
them.
result.
Yeah, don't.
In fairness, being a former Gold Coast Sun player,
Yes.
feel like the years I was there, we played Melbourne in like China, Alice Springs, and Devonport.
Maybe
Like
Darwin.
we were just going everywhere, apart from bloody People First Stadium.
Yep. That's fair.
Yep.
Don't think we played them in Devonport, but
It'd be interesting to see
Get
their
the gist.
win-loss over
I get
the
the
whole
gist.
journey. If they haven't beaten them at People's First, but anywhere, what's the win-loss, if you can check that link.
yeah.
Did you play in the China game?
Yeah, I kicked the first goal in China.
Was that fun?
The first goal? I didn't enjoy it at all.
You didn't enjoy it.
It's like a 30-hour commute to get absolutely pumped by Port Adelaide. The next year when they went to China, I reckon they took the squad of like 30, and I got left back with the Neefles crew.
Leadership. A bit of leadership back there. They need someone to keep them in line.
Someone to get 40 in the twos.
That's it. 50. Harley Bennell?
Yeah, Harley Bennell, Stephen May, and I had Cade Colajasny.
Oh, yeah.
Cade?
Yeah.
Colajasny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Horrific concussion. And
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
there that day that Sammy Lloyd got him in the back of the scone with the knee. It was a horrid sound.
Remember Matthew Warnock?
Matty, oh my God.
No.
Rob Warnock.
Fingers.
Got to call him. He loves this show.
Does he?
Yes.
Brother of Matthew?
Yes.
While calling, Gold Coast have only beaten Melbourne 4 times.
4 out of what?
19.
Wow, it's something we'd probably have to look into.
Take that to Dimmer.
Dimmer, who's flipping the bird.
Big fan. You know, he loves watching on the reels. He likes watching Mack on the reels. Robbie
Follow me
Wilmot.
on Instagram.
Sorry, Mr. Call.
Deeper voice than I thought.
Yeah, he's a
Rob.
big boy, Robbie. He's up in Sydney at the moment. I do hope he calls me back.
0 from 1 so far for the day. Who are you tipping?
I'm going with Gold Coast.
Yeah,
Gold Coast.
I think Gold Coast for me too.
Yep.
So that'll be 5 from 20.
Hawthorn versus North Melbourne at
Ooh,
UTAS.
this is a big
Regrettably,
game.
we cannot be there for this one. You would be there, Mick.
Speak for
but-
yourself.
And
Me and Lincoln
Lincoln
will
Mack
be
are
there.
Are
going
you going to
as
go to the
well.
game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're playing apparently in Tasmania on Saturday.
Just for a
Gee
long
whiz, you've jumped through some
I know.
hoops to play for
I
different sides.
didn't actually. I wasn't sure I was playing or not, and then the Tassie team sent a clearance over to my club
Tassie Devils.
before I,
the Tassie team.
the Tassie
the new
Devils.
Tassie team.
before I told my coach, and he sort of rang me and was like, "What the fuck?"
Our
What's going on here?
coach's phone number is on the run sheet.
Is what's
Georgetown.
the date? It's like you
Twos on
permit.
Saturday.
You can still get a permit.
Yeah, before June
Cuts
30.
off June 30.
June
I think
30,
I'm going to get
right.
a permit instead of a clearance,
Yeah.
just so I don't get locked out in. What are we called? What are we playing?
Georgetown.
Georgetown Saints.
So what's the how did this come about? They
don't know,
messaged
this
us
is on
on
LinkedIn.
Insta.
I got it because I gave a shout out a couple of weeks ago. Said if anyone wants me to play, Mac and I to play for
Yeah.
them, flick me a message, and this guy did, and then
Link,
I teed it up.
the coach, what's his name? Yeah, Alex. Link's actually pretty good. So put him around the ball.
Yeah, he asked where I wanted to play, and I said, "Oh, I'll get Dill to call you tomorrow, and you can work it out." But
Yeah.
then we already went past it. So.
And Mac will give some juice and go for some runs and not pass to his teammates.
You should have seen me moving on Wednesday night.
He was really good.
Was he?
Mac, yeah, on Wednesday
I
night
was
training.
whipping through people, and then I had this one bloke Ben running at me at about 40 k's an hour, and I
First
just
Ben
dropped the
came
ball.
at you and got
So
you.
faster than Usain Bolt.
I was flying. He was flying too.
Yeah.
Brett, very US-esque. I was moving.
Well, okay. Must
Give
have been
it-
the
give
new
it.
boots.
Crafty around the contest.
We've just lost Bucko there for a little while.
Yeah, deal. Get around your boys. We're going to
So,
fucking
I'm
play
trying
in
to find
Tasmania.
this fucking number to call the coach. 0438.
We'll give him a
Oh,
quick
don't,
call.
Don't say it out loud.
does he know he's calling?
Darcy speaking.
Is that Alex?
No, this is not Alex. This is Darcy.
Darcy. Okay.
I do know Alex though.
Okay, you do know Alex.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So you're live on Footy and Friends, mate. Do you know what that is?
I sure do.
Oh, fantastic! There we go. At least we called someone who gets it.
Do you share a phone there with Alex?
No, I'm on, mate. Don't worry about that. He let me know. as soon as
He must have
you
passed
get
on the
his
number. He didn't want to go on
So
himself.
as Alex shit himself and passed on the number, he didn't want to chalk on the pod.
Yep, and I thought he was talking shit and stitching me up.
How good's that? Well, mate, it's Darcy, was it?
Yep, Darcy.
Darcy, you're an absolute star. Good to have you on the show. Hey, Georgetown, we've heard great things. We've got Linc and Mack obviously heading down there. Are you excited to have the boys in the twos?
Yeah, sure am, mate. It'd be good to get them on board. I was just saying to Alex, any publicity is good publicity, so if we can get them down there to stir it up a bit, that'd be great.
Is Georgetown Alex, Dylan, who are we speaking to?
Darcy. I'm Dylan. He's Darcy.
Darcy,
and
sorry.
Alex is over there.
It's Mick. Georgetown is the oval that is in pristine condition.
Yep, you played there and they relived the rivalry.
I did, correct. That's it. That is. Are you playing a home game this week?
Yeah.
Great stuff. The ground is tremendous. It's a little bit out of town. So
Yeah, it's about a half-hour drive, yeah.
That's all right. Have you boys worked out how you're getting there?
No idea.
I don't know anything about this. You're Lincoln.
Okay.
Who are we playing against?
I live in town, though, so I can pick them up if they need. But
Yeah, that would be good.
Yep, thank you.
Who are we playing against?
we're playing against the OL, so the old Launcestonians.
we'll get a hold of them.
We hate them.
We hate them, dog.
Yep, schoolboys, we hate them.
All right, Darcy, where are we playing? What position? Where do you want me?
Well, if you can send me through a bit of a footy profile about yourself, then
Play
I might
HQ.
be able to get an idea of where to put you.
All right, I'll give you a
Mick,
player
do
profile
you want us to run down
of Linc. Explosive. Not that it's relative, but relatively handsome. And takes territory with ball in hand.
No
Mack.
good. No, but Link's no good below his knees.
Yeah,
Fumble he has.
So put him where you need off the base of that information. And Mack sucks.
Rightio, so
Give me a bit more.
Mac in the canteen after half time.
I'm expecting
let's-
fucking good
yeah,
minutes. I'm not
straight
coming
down
down
to
to sit on the
mate.
bench.
Send our forward Link.
I'm happy with that.
There you go. Like that.
Mac and he's good at holding the chalkboard, mate, for the raffle winner around the ground.
Brutal.
Hey, Darcy, you're an absolute champion, mate. Would love to stay involved with Georgetown. We'll have to be supporting them throughout. But thanks for taking the boys on, and we'll make sure that we stay in touch and have a chat after the weekend, get a review of how they went.
Yep, no worries, fellas. That's absolutely unreal. Cheers, boys.
You're a
Yeah,
star,
mate.
Darcy. And tell Alex he's an absolute
Weak as piss.
weak as piss.
Tiger
Yeah,
time.
you're getting $5 this week. That's
Yeah, good. Done. Thanks, mate. See ya.
fellas.
See you, mate.
I'm ready to
What
run
a
through, I'm ready to
champion.
run through a brick
Yeah.
wall.
What a champion he is.
If I have to drive
Love
half
What a
an
great
hour,
bloke, Darcy.
if I have to drive half an hour down to Georgetown to sit on the bench for 3/4 in cold Tasmanian weather, you know,
And
fucking singlet
it's
and
very
shorts.
open, that field.
Oh,
It's
no
very
doubt, it'd be
open.
fucking
I'm
freezing.
talking like they put it on top of a hill, open, wind will just sweep through.
Wow.
Oh,
Might blow you away.
Would you have time to go and have a watch?
No. I would,
we
but
play at 12.
It's half an hour.
I'd have heaps of time. But
Hey, Brett, let's move
Go,
on, eh?
mate.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I'm over this shit. I'm with
Hawthorn
you.
North, I'll tip North.
Hawthorn. I'm tipping Hawthorn on this one. I did go with you last week, but I.
And then you actually went with, on the KO ad, you went with Carlton.
Yeah, but that's politics. Don't worry about that. Listen to what's on here, verbatim.
Is that because you did a little thing for him?
I don't know what it was, mate. I was reading an ad, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Hawthorn for me too.
Yeah.
But do you want to read out the stat quickly from BWS?
Please do.
The Hawks have won their past 6 matches against North Melbourne with a total margin of 302 points.
a lot.
Including the most recent meeting by 124 points. So,
That one didn't count.
oh, okay. A couple of players. Josh Gibson played for both.
Billy Hartung.
Yep. Liam Pup Shields.
Yep.
Clarko.
Yep.
Daniel Howe.
Yep.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Jed Anderson. No, Jed Anderson?
Yep.
Yeah, Jed Anderson.
Jade Rawlings.
Jade Rawlings.
Did he go to North? He did, didn't
Yeah, he was a North man.
he? Yeah, and the Dogs and Hawks.
There's definitely a few more.
Todd Viney in administration. Quarter point.
Not bad. The North jumper, I reckon.
If this was played in black and white, how would you tell the difference?
Adam Simpson.
Good one.
Kudos to you guys, because I reckon the North jumper is one of the most underrated jumpers in the AFL. I love it.
The North one?
Yeah, their whole colours. Like, I love the royal blue with the white, and then I love the one that you guys wore on the weekend against the Blues was
Mickey.
really cool too.
We-
Start winning some games.
Brett Ratton, is he a little quarter point? Because he was
Yeah.
assistant coach at both.
Yep.
He's actually.
Oh,
And he took the head reins.
But back to the jumper thing.
yeah. I got Tom Powell's jumper there.
You have. Remember when you wore that on one of the pods?
I do.
That was a long time
That
ago.
was the first time ever
Yeah.
that he took.
He took his shirt off in front of us.
And he took a jumper off, his jumper off, and the T-shirt just went up above the midriff.
I tasted vomit in my mouth.
Mate, Dill was pretty flat on that, I remember.
Yeah.
It's
They were mean.
And it sparked change.
No,
Yeah,
it did.
it really
Doug got
was.
to work
Hey,
out there in
no, but
McLeod.
feedback's a gift, boys. As
Now
we
he's
say,
got the gym set up in McLeod.
yeah, I'm still struggling a little bit with the overhang.
The McLeod PT.
I'm still struggling a little bit with the overhang, but I am very strong.
Oh, yeah.
And I weighed myself last night. I went 80 kegs.
What do you reckon the overhang's from?
It's diet. Yeah, but I'm counting calories at the moment. I'm on my fitness pal.
You are so fatty.
No.
Fatty. You like fads. You go in and out of things like you're changing
Probably
jobs.
a bit of both, to be honest, Brett. I'm fatty and fatty.
Oh, come on.
Sorry. But I do, Brett, and
I'll tell you what looked good. The Lululemon gear on, before you run, your little fit check.
Did you like that?
It looked like you had extra smalls on there, the old shorts.
Extra mediums. Moving on. Collingwood versus West Coast at Marvel. Geez, we'll give this one just a little bit of a quickie, but bit of a stat since
Thurberg's gonna be
2018.
filthy.
Collingwood
No, you gotta
is
deep
one of the
dive.
only two teams at West Coast to have positive win-loss record against. 7-5, that includes its two final wins. So Brad Dick, good player. Sharad Wellingham.
Tell us about Brad Dick, too.
Brad Dick, left footer. Tattoos.
Fair enough.
Very good player.
Yeah.
I love Brad
I
Dick.
reckon he's a right footer.
I reckon he was left.
I reckon he's left footer.
Maybe he was left footer.
Mick Moldhouse really liked Brad Dick.
We got a ham
Mick
in
Moldhouse.
there.
And
Mick
Mick Moldhouse.
Moldhouse.
He's a coach for
There you go. Yeah. Scott Selwood as well.
Yeah.
And a ham.
And Sharad Wellingham. Yeah. I reckon there's actually more than that. But
There would be heaps more.
Scotty Cummings?
Scotty Cummings, yeah. Oh, we've probably done that one before.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
No, I wouldn't
of the program.
say that. I've never met him.
What
But
about you,
I'm
Seth?
happy to be a friend. Look, Collingwood would get that one done, I
Yep.
would say.
Nice, mate.
Marvel.
Comfortably. It's at Marvel.
West Coast off the bye? Sneaky?
Nah,
No, Collingwood.
tough gig.
Just trying to think of
Young Charlie
anything
West making his debut,
talk about
which is
there. Oh, yeah.
exciting for the Pies.
Yep.
Billy Frampton out for 4 to 5 weeks.
What's he done?
Calf. Bo McCreary out for 3. So there'll be
Have
a
you
couple
called him, Brett?
changes.
Calf?
Nah, text Adzi Droy just got back to me actually,
Yeah.
just to let him know that I'm.
Thinking of him?
Yeah.
Sensei Dill's here too. He says the same.
Who?
Yeah. We were actually in the AS together, so yeah. Darcy here. So this is a message I've just copped on my Apple Watch. Darcy here
Can you just give a colour update for the
from
day?
before. Darcy from Georgetown. He said, forgot to tell Brett I'm a mad Richmond fan and had his number on my back growing up too. Cheers. Handshake
He
emoji.
left that out and he was like, shit.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
I
Who
did
was that?
sense when he heard Brett speak. It's all Brettles.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did.
He did. He liked. Should we call him back?
No.
Anything you
He's gone above Noah Anderson in the power
Yeah, actually,
rankings.
but get Darcy up there.
Darcy's in there. He's into 6th spot.
Anyway, Fergberg,
we're all
I
going-
think Collingwood will win that match.
Do you reckon Fergberg goes to many games? I reckon he'd be going.
Yeah.
He'd be going to this one. He'd
be
Marvel.
I might go to the game with Fergberg.
You can't.
Do a day in the life of
I'll
Fergberg.
fly back for it.
Day in the life of
Can you
Fergberg.
get Fergberg some like rooms passes from Ed or something?
I can. Oh,
Do you reckon a day in the life of Fergberg would be he wakes
that'd
up
be
and he's got
great.
like a picture of me on his kitchen wall with like a knife in it?
Fucking just-
And like a red cross.
Do you know the funniest thing about Fergberg, who loves the show? He does love the show. But like every time I go and like say Triple M and it says something about Collingwood, Fergberg's in there. Like he's not just our comments about Collingwood, it's fucking everyone's
he's a
comments
troll.
about
They haven't got
Collingwood.
the Collingwood.
I'm
used to
not
do
allowed
the
by
colour.
1.5 games. Don't say that we're only the best side by that much.
You know what? We need it. I think we need to get Fergberg on the show. Like just call him.
Did you used
just
to
have
watch
a-
The Simpsons?
No.
Oh, you didn't? That's
No, not really.
Who you got?
Saw Bob Terwilliger, how much he hated Bart Simpson. He just wanted him dead the whole time.
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I should. I do remember that. What do you call him?
Bob Terwilliger, that's his name.
Jesus, that's a super
niche
fan
that you
right there.
knew that, Brett.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Brett loves The Simpsons.
I love
That's-
The Simpsons back
That's
then.
Roman
Brett
Empire.
thinks.
Yeah. Dill was outside playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was outside.
Hence,
Kicking
now
the-
that he's-
kicking the Jew
now
off.
that he's still living out in the sticks.
I was climbing
in nature.
trees,
Yeah.
climbing trees.
He grew up.
Do these thumbs look like they've played Xbox? Wouldn't have thought so. Richmond Adelaide at the MCG. Richmond, by the BWS stat, Richmond have not lost to Adelaide since round 5, 2022. The only team they are undefeated against in this period. Geez, I was reading that like Mac there. A few full stops in that one. Richard Tambling, Ivan Marrick, and Kane Johnson.
Ivan Marriage.
Ivan, sorry.
Yeah. all right.
Adelaide get this done. I
Angus
would have thought.
Graham never
Angus
played
Graham.
for Adelaide,
Yeah.
unfortunately. For
Chris
Angus.
Knights.
Chris
Played
Knights.
for both.
Yeah.
Shane Edwards, who's now there in recruiting.
Jack Graham was from South
Graham.
Australia and he played for Richmond.
Yeah, not bad.
Nah.
Not a point, but not bad.
Adelaide will win this. I think Richmond are going to be
Tyson
tired.
Stengel.
Richmond getting a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, good one. Richmond getting a bit tired. Like Brett.
I think so. The young pups are
I
just.
think the older players as well have been carrying a fair load.
Yeah.
And they've been admirable, but
Yeah, Timmy Taranto, Jacob Hopper have been going really well. Broady down back. Nick Glosson's he copped a couple of big knees in the head last week. Yeah, mate, it's when you're losing consistently, it makes it hard. You just need that little lick from the ice cream when you get
a
the
little
win.
lick of the ice cream.
Yeah. But I don't think it's coming this week, even though it's at the MCG. I think the Crows will just be too sharp.
Yep.
Too many weapons.
Can we just look into this Richmond draft picks when Shai Bolton was picked up?
Shea
Bolton.
He was picked 29.
Yeah,
he
and then
was.
check out what Tyson Stengel was, because I'm pretty sure he was in the same draft as Shea, which is a very good draft.
2016 draft. So Bolton 29. I'm scrolling a fair bit. He was 2017 rookie draft. To
There you go.
Richmond.
So he was,
year after.
wow, very impressive. Good picks.
Yeah, could be.
Actually, so
Savvy eyes.
the reason I actually remember that was I didn't actually get picked for round one the next year in that 2017, which was my last year at Carlton. Played in the season opener at Punt Road prior to the
VFL.
big game in the VFL.
A lot of foot traffic would have came past
Oh,
and
mate,
set the tone for the day.
you honestly setting the tone, and you couldn't hear yourself thinking out loud with
bet,
all the
mate,
cars
yeah.
going past.
the trains.
Nothing wrong with that game. It's a good one to go to.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
I've been to a few of them.
Long story short, Shea was out there,
Can we just check your stats?
and
Don't.
oh, you wouldn't want to. Shea was out there, and Tyson Stengel was out there, and Shea Bolton actually punched a guy in the face
Did he?
named Jesse Glass McCasker.
Yeah.
Do you remember him?
Two dads.
Jesse Glass McCasker, and he got reported, but now
Can't do
he's
that,
a star.
Shea.
He's at Fremantle.
Broken glass.
Yeah.
Can you check my stats that game? Round 1, 2017 VFL. Quickly.
It won't work.
Moving on.
They don't have them. Crows.
Crows.
Fremantle versus St Kilda.
Let me take this BWS stat for you.
Optus.
Yeah.
Ross Lyon is 15-7 in games between St Kilda and Fremantle. He is 10-2 in games against Fremantle as a St Kilda coach. So he used to say, right, I told this story yesterday to someone. He used to, when he came and took over Fremantle, one of his first meetings was like, when I coached St Kilda, it was just like, who are we playing this week? Freo? All right, just jump on the bird, pick up the 4 points and come on. So that is replicated with what the BWS stat says.
Yeah, right.
So no game plan, just I'll get it done from the box and move the magnets.
Back then he just thought, Fremantle was kind of easy to play against.
Bit ho-hum.
Easy to
This
play
is prior to
against.
him getting there, obviously.
Prior to him getting there.
So it was like a 9-goal to 7-goal win.
Yeah.
So he was sort of saying that to you boys, saying, this is what I thought he is.
Yeah, this is what the general feel is about your club.
So
Our club now.
Halfway through the third, Fremantle had kicked 1-1 or something like that in the last time they met.
So they played in round 8. Freo had the bad loss to Collingwood the week before, where Collingwood rested their players at home, and then since then they haven't lost. So they've been in good nick basically since round 9.
So the game we're speaking to here, this game has been played this year. It was a Friday night, and Freo laid an egg.
Yeah.
So
61 points.
you'd think they'd be on edge. You'd think they'd be
They
on edge.
have to be
still.
sharp. They're
They're going to be edgy on the flight.
But it's at home.
Well,
Edgy.
Who, Freo, going to be edgy on the flight?
Both have been on edge.
On the flight, though, particularly.
No, it's at
Yeah. Who's going to be edgy?
Where's it at?
the flight.
Two.
Saints are flying to Perth.
Yes.
Yes.
So they'll be edgy on the flight.
Yes.
They will be.
Edgy. Do we find those stats on?
I also don't think they're going to be edgy because I think they're in the same boat as Richmond. In their younger play, they're getting tired. Yeah. That young Mateus Filippo, did his Plantaris in the warm up. So he's out to 4 to 6 apparently.
Yeah. Freo are getting their mojo going. I think Freo win this one.
Comfortably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brett Peake, Mick Barlow, this is where we were speaking about you training
Trained
there.
there.
That's
and
right.
Yeah. And we
The
called,
name we shall not mention.
Yeah, and we called Nick Rewalt and we called Lee Montagna, who still hasn't got back to us.
Should we call Lee?
No. Brad Hill, Blake Acres. And I also had I wrote Nick Stone there, but that is
I
not.
fact checked it. It's incorrect.
No, I don't know why I wrote that.
Mark Gale at the top. He's my uncle, so shout out to him.
Mike Gale.
Is he a listener?
Nobody's kids are.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
No, I think we'll shout out to them.
Gailey.
I think that's it. If for this week.
Yep.
Are we all tipping free on that game?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
for yep. Did you not find those stats or not?
Didn't look.
That don't exist.
The limit does not exist. Interesting. Anything else for you boys for the weekend? So we're going to hang out on Saturday. We're going
We
to
are.
netball on Saturday
Going to
night.
netball.
Yeah.
Yeah. My girls are a bit flat about that, actually. But
So you're going together, one-on-one?
Oh, we're going with, so it's a great crew. It's myself, Brett,
yes.
Nick Rewalt, another number 1 draft pick.
Yes.
And Justin Kazitsky and Brent, who's a good mate of ours at Cobram Estate. He's taking us to the, we're going to the box at the netball.
Nice.
Yeah, at the Maverick game. So we're Maverick.
Keep an
big
eye out for the
Maverick men.
mascot at 3/4 time.
Where's the Maverick?
Well, I did a job when I was back at uni.
Yeah.
I needed some money, obviously. Just strange thing, some money when you're going through uni and you're young and you're trying to pay the rent, share house.
You were the mascot.
No, so I once, only once, on a Sunday game, had to go out 3/4 time of a Melbourne Vixens game as Nettie the netball with the
You are
tracksuit.
kidding me.
I had like this silver tracksuit on and a netball on my head.
We're learning so
And I
much
had to
today.
just run out at 3/4 time.
Who was playing for the Vixens back then?
Sherelle McMahon.
Sherelle would have been, yeah.
Good atmosphere at the netball,
Liz
isn't it?
Ellis.
Liz Ellis, oh, for sure.
Yeah. Who else? Anyway, I had to go just do pretend to have, well, not pretend, have some shots and pretend to do 3 feet and try and get the crowd up and about. That was tough. That was tough. So if there is a mascot out there at any stage, just give them your full attention and rouse up.
Give them some love.
I'm trying to think of what's the most humbling thing I've ever done like that. Anyway, we'll think about it for another time. But,
Put it in your top 5.
We're all good. Hey, tune in as well if you want to check out this week on Trench Talk. You're not available, Brett. Am I right in saying?
Yeah.
No, you're
For the rest
a
of
hard,
the year.
You're a
I'll
hard
block
out for that one. Mick, at some stage, we'll grab you. But today, Trench Talk, we're doing Link, Mack, and Benny, who works at the office, who's going over.
Lemons Benny.
Old Lemons Benny, the Geelong man, who, by the way, Kane was going at for getting into Brian Myers. You hear those Geelong fans getting into Brian Myers?
Were they into him? I didn't hear about
Yeah,
it.
they were giving him the
Yeah.
Bronx cheers.
They were like saying, "Oh, you finally hit a target."
Yeah, it's
when,
bullshit.
He was having a bad night, but he's usually pretty known for hitting targets.
Yeah.
Shit house.
One of the
by then.
highest assist players there was. He was grind Messi there for a bit, wasn't he?
Literally. So we're going to be doing that on Trench Talk this week, talking about what the boys are doing in Tassie. So if you don't know, there's something going on. We're doing something sort of behind the scenes we can't talk about too much, which is why it's so disappointing that we can't do a live show as well. But the boys are still heading over to Tassie. Mick's still heading to Tassie.
Yeah.
And
Me and you were going to the netball.
And we're going to the netball instead.
Yeah.
I was going to say, to save a lot of questions we're probably going to get, we'll give a little update on the footy. You'll see a lot more of it in a few weeks or so.
Yeah.
Because we're putting something all together. But
Yeah.
we're going on a big trip.
Well,
Basically, Mick is going to drive Mack and I to the airport and we're going to hang with him the whole time.
Yeah. To be honest, you can find out more on the Faffers Patreon. So join up and you can hear more on Trench Talk.
Thanks to BWS.
Thank you so much, BWS. Footy and Friends is brought to you by BWS. Need game day bevies, Brettles?
I love
BWS is
the
here
game day
for
bevy.
it.
And just to confirm, Brett, you available for Trench Talk?
Yeah, just missed.
We'll get you 1 week.
Yeah, 1 week. Yeah, change the trench. Go to Young's, get a nicer trench maybe.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about on Trench Talk?
Noah Anderson. He's on the hit list. Sido,
Simpsons.
Viz and T's.
And
Yeah, Simpsons.
how many subscribers on Patreon do
600
we
we
need
need.
till we do the day in the life?
It's not
600.
realistic. 600's a lot.
No, we can get there. We're at about nearly 200 at the moment.
Perfect. Third of the way.
Man, that's a lot. Can we... Yeah, all right.
Guys, please sign up so we can do a day in the life with Brett and Mac. He's staying at his house.
No, you won't be.
No, he will. 600. Let's do it. You've heard it here first.
We're at
He's
the
staying
gym
at
at
his house.
6:30, mate. That's where we will be.
I'm
First up.
usually at the gym at 5:30 anyway.
All right, let's finish
All right, I'm
up.
there at
See you, boys. See you
5:15.
later. Cheers.
Oh, what a good episode we had today. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching as always. And before you go, remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.
And the bell.
And hit the bell over here too. Thank you.